Now comes the fun part. I actually get to start reading. So I'm going to switch my topic around, and this time I'm going to do mummies because I have this great book that looks really exciting. I kind of like gruesome stuff like that. And I'm fascinated and have so many questions about mummies. So here are some of the subtopics I came up with. What are mummies? Why were they made? How are mummies made? Who was mummified? How did different countries and cultures use mummification? Where were mummies kept? Oh, I need a question mark there. And why were mummies even made? Because yuck, look at that guy. So these are my subtopics. And as you remember with our photography topic, each different page in our notebook is going to be labeled. So what are mummies and where are they made? And then I would flip to another page. How are mummies made? Flip it to another page. Who was mummified? And I have each one of my body paragraphs labeled. So now I'm actually ready to start taking some notes. So now that I know what my subtopics are, I'm going to have a list right here on top so that whenever I do some reading that triggers in my mind, oh, that answers one of my questions. Then I can take that and I can put that into my notes. So let's go ahead and begin. And the best place to begin is on the very front page. Okay, so I see some great visual information here, but there's no facts yet for me to explain to a reader. So I'm going to take a look at the table of contents because we know that that's an excellent place to get some ideas about what we want our subtopics to be. So, whoa, mummy, I wonder what that's about. But I know that authors like to introduce their topic at the very beginning. So I think this is going to tell us what a mummy is. Mummy making, natural mummies, man-made mummies, how to make a mummy, tomb of treasures, a mummy's curse, animal wraps, a lovely lady mummy, mummies today, and secrets unwrapped. And then there's a glossary at the end to help me if there's some words that I don't understand. So right now I can already tell that there are some things in here that are probably going to answer some of the questions I have. The first question was, what are mummies and why were they made? So I'm wondering if page 4 is going to give me some answers. So let's go ahead and turn it to page 4. Whoa, mummy! A farmer is working in a swampy land. His shovel hits something hard. He uncovers a blackened body. Whew. It has hair, teeth, and even fingerprints. And the farmer calls the police. It looks like the person died recently. But the body is over 2,000 years old. It is a mummy. So this is the Grabale man found in a swampy bog. That's weird. He even still has his hair. But you know what? I haven't really found any information on this page that is answering my question. What are mummies? I have no idea yet. It really hasn't told me. So I'm going to turn it to the next page. Making mummies. Maybe this will give me some answers. When something dies, it decays. Insects, wild animals, and bacteria. They eat parts of the body. A mummy is a dead body that doesn't decay. Oh, look it. It's starting to give me some information about what I'm looking for. But I'm not going to stop yet. I want to read this whole page before I stop to take notes. A mummy can be made in 2 ways. People can use bacteria-killing chemicals to make mummies. Or if a body is in the right place at the right time, it can also become a mummy naturally. In those places, any dead body might become a mummy. So what information do I have right now? Well, I can answer part of my first question. What are mummies? And why were they made? We don't have the answer yet, but I can put over here. What are mummies? Well, it told me. It is a dead body that doesn't decay. So I'm going to put a bullet here because I don't want to write out complete sentences. I just want quick notes for myself. A dead body that doesn't decay. Now, did it tell me anything else? Well, it's telling me ways that it can be made. It can be used, people can use bacteria killing chemicals, or if it's in the right place at the right time in the right conditions, it can just become a mummy naturally. But that's not answering these questions. However, if I turn it over here, how are mummies made? That is going to give me some information. So I'm going to bullet point right here. Bacteria killing chemicals. So again, I'm not writing the complete sentence. I am only just writing down bullet points of key details. Otherwise, I'm just copying the book all over again, and that's not what I should be doing. So bacteria killing chemicals. Okay, and the other one was, if a body is in the right place at the right time, it can also become a mummy naturally. So I'm going to put right here, naturally, if a body has the right conditions. So I'm putting the book into my own words from what I make sense. Okay? So let's see if there's anything else. Natural mummies. Oh, this is going to give me more information about this guy right here. The natural decomposition into a mummy. Body-eating bacteria do not grow well in places that are very cold. So it needs to be in a place that's warmer. Well, let's see. Or in places that are hot and dry. Well, wait a minute. So it doesn't decay in cold. It doesn't decay in hot and dry. Or in places called bogs. People have found mummies on, wait, that didn't make any sense. Body-eating bacteria do not, that's right. Because I'm remembering over here that a mummy is a body that doesn't decay, so there is no bacteria. It says down here, no bacteria are growing on that body. So if you die or are buried someplace cold, or someplace hot and dry, or someplace wet, like this bog right here, you might get preserved. Bogs are wet, swamp-like places. Bog mummies can be so well kept that scientists could tell one ancient man used hair gel. What? That's crazy. So what I'm going to put down now is a summary of what I just found out. And what I just found out is, how are mummies made? Okay, well, this isn't really answering that, but what about this one? Who was mummified? No, it's not answering that. Let's check the next one. How did different countries and cultures use mummification? No. How about where were mummies kept? No. How about why were mummies made? No. So it's not really answering any of my questions. So where am I going to put this bit of information? Well, maybe I will go back to the very beginning and I'll add this into how are mummies made and where. So right now through my research, I'm realizing that my question isn't thorough enough. So down here, I'm going to say in bogs or wet places, in dry, hot places, and in cold places. And the key was where bacteria is not eaten away. So I can go back and re-look at the page where that body-eating bacteria is not growing. So I feel like I've got some good information. Now, I would go through the rest of the book, which is probably not going to take me much longer, because did you notice that this is a very, very simple book? I think there's only 28 pages, but most of them are just 2 paragraphs with the picture. So you always want to start with the easy schema building book. Do not try to start with a college level book, because it will be too hard for us to understand when you're just learning about your subject. Save those complicated books until after you've read all of the easy books and have gained your schema. So hopefully you guys are understanding how to start taking your notes, because that's what I'm going to have you do today.